right, cool. What are you doing this time?
Well, Gary, I figured out how to make Steins Gate real.
I don't know what that means. And I don't care. Just go. Don't tell me about these horrible characters and time travel and someone meeting themselves. All the things I know happen in that game.
I don't think I don't think somebody meets themselves the way that it ends up working, because people don't actually travel back in time except in very rare circumstances. From the specifically from the future timeline. But the primary way, and this is what's cool about it, is instead of sending people back in time, they have a machine that will send text messages back in time to individual people, and then that changes the world line and thus affects the present. Okay?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I have seen anything with time travel, and I know. It's always the same plot. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's only one.
So I'm going to fire this up. We're going to send a D-mail. It's called D-mail because the person who invented it is named Dadaru. He's no Taku kind of guy. He calls himself a super hacker. But I'm going to send this back in time to myself saying, hey, randomize an episode for me and write it on the whiteboard. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna send this here, and then whoa.
So now if you don't do that, the world ends? Did you just give yourself like a critical and boring chore?
It's a really minor one. Also, like in the fiction, if somebody decides not to do it, then nothing changes. You know,
okay.
if you don't send it the right way. But I did. I'm looking up here. I see Command & Conquer Red Alert 3.
Excellent.
Cool.
Good to me.
Also, nuclear weapons don't exist anymore. So yay.
Hooray! This is Gary Butterfield.
This is Cole Ross.
Welcome to After Suffering, the show where relatable digressions about bad things you did as a youth meet Cole's shit-soaked bathroom.
It wasn't my fault that the bathroom was shit-soaked. Yes, it was
Whose shit was it, Cole?
It was my
if not
shit.
Yours.
It was my shit, but I did not impart the velocity. It was the.
But I did not shoot the deputy.
I did not impart the velocity. No, the I did not
shit the sheriff. I did not pride velocity.
I shit exactly where I needed. Go back and listen to the Treasures of the Deep episode. I did nothing wrong vis-a-vis my shit.
I never realized that was in the Treasures of the Deep episode. That's fucking foul.
It really is.
That's gross. Go back and listen to the Treasures of the Deep episode where you get to learn where Cole puts his shit.
Cole puts his shit in the toilet, which is the machine that makes it go away.
Yeah. About half the time it seems like it's there. According to anecdotes on this podcast.
God damn it.
Sometimes it's just everywhere. Sometimes everybody plays that club crapium. Like,
no, it was the plumber who decided to jet from the outside and then shoot it in. Yeah, no, he was the plumber was the one what imparted the velocity. Okay, I can't be held responsible for this. Anyway,
when Cole shits, it's a co-op experience. He gets a plumber. And together they double team that.
Yeah. So I start on one end and he starts with the water jet on the other end.
Yeah, you push, I pull. You push, I pull.
It's like a Dragon Ball Z beam battle where we're dueling with Kamehamehas. So,
1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Stroke. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to offer an expo. I wanted to offer a defense because I don't want people thinking that shit's just everywhere. It was that one anecdote.
If you get a little shit on your bathroom wall, you eventually want to get all of it there so it matches. So it follows whatever this person you're imagining who thinks that this is serious. They do.
Oh my gosh. I want to raise something here. Mm-hmm. Because we're talking about Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. which is by all rights not a terrible game. It's controversial, because it's a late entry in a beloved series developed by a different team. We're not covering this because it's a bad game. So this was a Patreon demand from Abe, who says, "I really just want you to watch the game's intro. You don't have to buy or play the game." And we bought it just because it was on sale during a Steam sale. I have fond childhood memories of Red Alert 2. So I recently bought the third one, and I was amazed with the terrible acting in the FMV intro and the slightly racist enemy designs. Yeah, we do have an ascendant Japanese empire with techno samurai and stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's it kind of slaps. Like I kind of want to play this.
I really do. Like,
this is so fun.
After even after the FMV intro on this, where it's just kind of like the sizzle reel of like all the units like getting in position, it's like I want to command that thing. Command
conquer it as well.
I want to conquer things by commanding this. The helicopter mech walker thing that flies in and lands, sign me up.
Like, Command and Conquer is always kind of slapped. Like, those games are cool.
Yeah,
they're not my favorite RTSs.
Nope.
But I've always liked them. Every time I've sat down to play one, I've had a good time.
Yeah.
I played the FPS, the shitty FPS.
Yep, we talked about that.
Yeah. I poked at a Tiberium War or two.
I played a shitload of Command and Conquer Generals and its expansion. Especially the multiplayer. Like I kind of think that's pretty good, actually.
It's all, and this is, people were mad about EA Los Angeles taking this over, but it turned into a different thing. Like, this isn't to be taken seriously. No. The trick is the early Command and Conquers kind of were like I think that they were done earnestly initially, but were still funny. This is the rare case of something being funny on purpose and it actually, making that transition.
Yeah.
From funny on accident to funny on purpose, because this is so fun. Like, every cutscene is so fun, and it has like the best cast, not just of any video game, but maybe any movie. Like, the cast here is so good.
It's fucking wild what we end up getting here. Like, I don't know who the second guy is, the second in command of the Soviets, but the fact that you have Tim Curry playing as Premier Cherdenko, and he's returning in this. He previously had been somebody in this, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then you get Peter Stormare as the doctor, who's like, please do not make me use the time machine.
Dr. Gregor Zelensky. We get him. We got J.K. Simmons as the president of the United States.
Yeah.
We got what's his head? Price.
Yeah,
Jonathan Price.
Yes.
The old preacher from Game of Thrones, how I know him. George Takei. Is in here. It's nonstop, and then like a collection of like weird MMA lady fighters. It feels like.
Yeah.
I know some of them are MMA lady fighters, and then some of them are just actresses I'm not super familiar with. Yeah,
there's there's like models here too. Like Emma Atkinson is a model. I think Autumn Racier, she's an actress from the OC. Yeah, like this cast is weirdly deep. You get Ric Flair. Woo!
Yeah, Ric Flair. David Hasselhoff is the vice president. It's real fun.
Yeah.
It's like, and just it's all so stupid. Everything everyone says is so dumb.
Yep.
It's a nonstop, just like, the war is hopeless. With all due respect, Commander, not yet. Like, every line is chewed on. Like, it's, like you're starving and you're given a piece of gum to last you a week. Like, it's so good.
It's just amazing is what it is. And like the Tim Curry as the leader in this, I couldn't think of a better fit. I really, really couldn't.
I adore that man so much.
He's so good.
We got a real sad day coming.
We do
at some point.
Yeah.
And this is not just Tim Curry. He's Tim Curry from Dagon, the Troll World Chronicles, as Necrofer, the Deathbringer. So it's I know him from other stuff.
Yep. So he hadn't been in this before. So I thought that the famous video from this that I've seen,
Yes.
is him talking. I think it's like at the end where he says like, communism must have been defeated, but there is one place it can survive.
Okay, where capitalism, it's going to the one place capitalism can't reach.
In space.
Space.
And he obviously can't keep a straight face through the line read, but it is just so fucking heartwarming and delightful. Like I love it so goddamn much.
I adore him. He's like I just love him so much.
Yeah,
makes me sad when he goes.
Yep.
He's very good. Very good in this. And then we were just talking sugar about J.K. Simmons recently, who's incredible.
Yep.
I love him. I liked George Takei before the Resistance got him. And now he just makes the worst tweets you've ever read.
Yep. Yeah.
They get retweeted by people you should unfollow.
George Takei has become one of those, we got him this time, guys.
Nonstop.
Yep.
Yeah, just the worst. But he still does a good job here. He's fun.
Yeah.
In this, it's weird to me that I agree with Abe's point. It's weird to me that the George Takei stuff feels so much more racist.
A little bit.
The Tim Curry Russian stuff. Like everyone is just, it's World War II turned up to 11.
Right.
Everyone is just their power or whatever, like ultra enhanced.
Yeah,
but it does feel way worse.
Yeah, I don't know if that just has to do with like a history of American kind of like, I mean specifically like propaganda. Like we've gotten so much like just we got so much just racist propaganda about the Japanese Empire. Like weirdly not actually about the shit that they did, but just just to be like be generally distrustful of the Japanese instead of like, hey, it was real fucked up what they did, and like unit whatever what was it, 751. God, why is it I'm blanking on it now just because I was asked. Unit 713. 713 sounds right. Yeah,
maybe that's it. It's not like I think it's also just a skin color thing as well.
True. Yeah.
I think that's probably the big reason.
Yeah.
But my point being is like it does come off as weird and a little hinky, even though everyone in this is a cartoon.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like I kind of don't want to take away George Takei's ability to play a fun cartoon. Like,
right,
it can't be fun for Tim Curry to play, this outsized Russian, and not fun for George. Like he gets to be a cartoon as well.
Yeah,
the silly thing.
Yeah, I don't want to take it away from him, and just the entire thing is so campy that it is. I am speaking from a point of I'm not a person from Japan or of Japanese descent, so I can't actually say. But like, it is so campy that I would find it difficult to take it seriously. Enough to, like genuinely say like, hey, this shit sucks. Right. But then again, I have no skin in the game. So
maybe there's been discourse around that and I missed it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
This game came out in 2008. That was pre-discourse times.
Yeah. We didn't talk about things back then.
Nope.
I mean, I understand that it was necessarily worse because of that, but also a little nostalgic. Just a little bit. The other thing about this game is that it's unrelentingly horny. Every male character gets to be this fun cartoon.
Yep.
And then they're always just like, we're bringing in our super spy, the most competent secret agent we've ever had, and it's straight out of like a Sega CD, FMV slumber party. It's character.
It's like if Maxim like produced a spy movie.
Yes.
Which I don't want.
This is like the best. This game has Maxim energy in the best possible way. And that sounds like such a contradiction, but here it kind of works.
Yeah. But like each of the factions has just like a couple of hotties in there. You get Ivana Milicevic. Oh boy, Gina Carano. I didn't see that name there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but then the Allied Nation gets they get Gemma Atkinson, you know, and so they just kind of roll with the hotties, and people point that out. They say like, oh gosh, cleavage doesn't make this game better, or boobs or whatever. People just being real salty about EA and the GameFAQs reviews.
Yeah, yep. Gina Carano of Deadpool fame as well, who ended up putting her foot in her mouth.
Who was she in Deadpool? Who?
She was in Deadpool 1. She's one of the other villains.
Okay.
She's like the strong lady villain who fights Colossus.
Gotcha. Okay.
In the end, Frenzy, I think, is who she's supposed to be in the comics, but she's not very Frenzy. Like, it's not a very accurate Frenzy.
I just realized I don't remember anything from Deadpool 1. Sorry, I coughed and hiccuped at the same time. I don't remember anything from Deadpool 1. All of my memories are from Deadpool 2, which I thought was like way better. Yeah.
Yeah, way better movie. Did you realize that Tim Curry had a recurring role in Randy Cunningham, Ninth Grade Ninja, as the sorcerer?
I didn't. You mean from 2012 to 2014?
Yeah, with an episode called Schloomp, There It Is.
Oh God!
I kind of learned a little bit more about Randy Cunningham, the Ninth Grade Ninja, and this character, the sorcerer. It seems pretty rad.
Schlumph there. I mean that has to be a ghastly onomatopoeia. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's an episode where he falls in love. Sorcerer in Love.
Cool. Got some again, hate to just be reading cast lists, but we got some real good like guest stars in this, like, and even part of the main cast. You get Jim Rash in there from Community. You get a handful of people. Oh, it's a cartoon, so they can get a bunch of folks in. Simon Pegg, Pauly Shore, God, Pauly Shore, yeah, James Hong, Ice-T. Huh, the show. No. I literally just learned about this show.
Yeah, me too. I had no idea. Tim Curry does do anything now.
I mean, he's always done anything, and that is one of those wonderful things. It's the charm of the British working actor.
Yeah, so good. so good.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to talk about with this game. It just feels like a fine RTS game to me.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe the context of when it came out is why people didn't like it. It's maybe a little dated, but playing it, 14 years after it came out, time compresses.
Yeah.
And it feels fine.
And
to me, I was just like, oh, this is fine.
It's pretty strange, the fact that this came out in 2008, which was like, EA generally goes through like ebbs and flows of people finding them acceptable or not. They're always unacceptable because of their labor practices. But like 2008, like the discourse around EA was like, oh, they're coming back. Like EA in 2008 was like Ubisoft in 2003. Because that was the year they did they did Mirror's Edge and Dead Space, two pretty good games that were new IPs, as opposed to the place just being a mill for existing franchises. So the fact that there's just kind of this reflexive, well, that's EA, is it's no good. Then you read reviews, and the specifics are like they gutted what made this the most they gutted the heart of Command and Conquer, and the specific thing is like they took out a unit that I liked.
Yeah,
so it's just right. It's
the
just
heart, the light machine gunner,
the prism tank. No,
and it's Tesla tank,
and just that instinct of like the developer nerfed something specific, so I'm going to like lead a consumer revolt. Like, they made this one spell in Warcraft that I used a little bit weaker, so then somebody on the message board tries to Jerry Maguire, who's coming with me? We're gonna go to Warhammer Online, baby.
I don't know what there is when I try to think of the platonic ideal of like cringy and embarrassing. Yeah. That outdoes consumer revolt. Like, even when it's justified, like even when I do it, it sucks. Yeah. Like I didn't buy Pringles for a little while, even though I wanted to bring, because we talked about Pringles.
Yeah.
And even that was, I kind of wanted to like wedgie myself. Like, it was for a good cause. I didn't want to, or like I understand the reasoning. It's good reasoning.
Yeah.
I stopped getting M&Ms. I wasn't like eating an M&M a day or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh yeah, there's the big slavery thing came out, child slavery thing with the M&Ms.
Yeah, probably. There are plenty of other chocolate candies that I could indulge in if I didn't want to, give money to the Mars Corporation, right?
D&D. Yeah. And the so it's the consumer revolt about like they don't make the M&Ms have big enough genitals is obviously pathetic. And then my consumer revolt of like I'm not going to eat an M&M, like that just being a line in the sand that I just draw by myself also feels a little like dorky.
I mean, it feels a little bit like a security blanket. It's like almost, I forget what it is. It's like transferal, or transference. Like I'm mad about things in general, and there's nothing. I have no levers for affecting a change about
I have no
this.
power over this.
Yeah,
my only power is not to eat an M&M, which is that's the worst X-Man.
It
right
is.
There.
We're all that. All of us have the power not to eat an M&M.
You'd be amazed how often I don't eat M&Ms.
Most days.
Most of the time.
Most days.
Every day I don't eat an M&M. Like for a portion of it.
Yeah. But like,
even though the average person does swallow 15 M&Ms in their sleep per year in America.
Seems real unwise. You get a peanut M&M in there, you're going to fucking choke, dude.
Yeah. It's tricky. They crawl down there though.
But also I love that it's an average, because I think like 1 year for like several years you get 0, and then 1 year it's like
you know,
70.
Pack,
oh god,
a whole share sack or whatever they're called.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, the consumer revolt thing is like super embarrassing. I think primarily because it's also been diluted by reactionaries to a certain degree.
Yeah, reactionaries like pissing on their Nikes or whatever.
Yeah, just doing it for like dumb and bad reasons, as compared to my reasons, which would be good. They cheapen the concept,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reasoning can be good.
Yeah.
But there's something in terms, I guess it's not inherently something that is embarrassing, but the ceiling for embarrassment, I think, is maybe the highest.
It's pretty high. Yeah.
And when somebody's doing a culture war version, like, oh, I'm going to throw away my Keurig cup, like that's pathetic and sad and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But a gamer being upset because a video game patched out a weapon they liked, that's like there almost aren't words for how pathetic that is.
Yeah, it's real. I just there are actual things to complain about. Like if you want to get real. If you want to get serious about problems in the industry, there are actual problems. Not to get like culture warrior or whatever, but like it's kind of like the new line for anti-vaxxers is I am against big pharma, but conspicuously they don't want to institute price controls or shorten patent limits so generics can get out faster.
It's a smokescreen,
right? Like the things that they could actually do to hurt the interests of big pharma. No, it's just they're just using that to borrow the clout of actual like
a moral argument.
Yeah,
for their dumb argument.
Yeah.
It's also a thing where it's like it can bother you, but there's no, and this is an old point, but there's no right sizing about it.
Yeah,
like I get upset if an entry in a video game takes something away. Like I like BioShock Infinite less because they got rid of a lot of the mechanical complexity. I dislike, or I like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance less because of things they got rid of from that game. But like the idea of it being like a cause is really weird.
The idea of making it like into somebody else's problem is
like doing the come with me, like who's with me.
Yeah,
like nobody's with you, and you should have a self-awareness to like never ask.
Yeah,
like nobody's with you with this shit, man.
You're just all you're doing is like adding noise to the system, dude. Like it's pretty, I don't know,
very pathetic.
Yeah. Which is like, decide not to consume something for an ethical reason, decide not to play this game because it has loot boxes. Like, I'm not going to take that away from you, but just Jesus.
Yep. Ridiculous. Dislike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like how when you begin this, you start off and 2 of your units are just dogs. I don't remember that from old Command and Conquer games that I played, but I like being able to get dogs, even though I mean I'm sad for dogs being soldiers.
Right.
But I do like that I get to control like Puppy Squad to go fight the Russians.
Yep. You get war bears and stuff like that. It's neat. Just the wackiness of everything. I fired, so I didn't get too far in the actual play of this because the opening is, the opening is relatively long and it's also very good. We didn't say this, but we get to see Tim Curry go back in time and atomize Einstein. He just walks off a stage at like a symposium in Vienna, and it's like, oh, yeah, shake your hand, like, yes, I'm a big fan of your work, and shakes his hand, and he just turns into glowing blue dust.
It's really good. It's recently, so there's that tweet that got a lot of shit where the guy's like, if you could have dinner with any 3 people dead, who would you bring back? And it was like Einstein, his dad, and Hitler. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
And people dunked on him. They're like, why Hitler? And they're just like, oh, because he's a military strategist, and I want to know why he did what he did. And it's a very funny thing to subject your father to, who you brought back from time and from the beyond. But in the Slack, people were talking about a scene I had never seen from The King's Man.
Okay.
Where Hitler gets introduced to Lenin in the Secret History of the World and those wretched little movies.
Okay.
And a guy walks up with a regular mustache, and he's just like, Air Lenin, we'll be working together. And he's like, I didn't catch your name. And it does this very slow, dramatic push in. And he goes, Adolf Hitler. And then somebody in our Slack, and I don't want to dox them, I don't want to say who it is in case they're anonymity or anything, made a video where they put in the Command and Conquer like title screen after it, like it's a cutscene. And it's perfect. It's really good. I'll show it to you. I downloaded it. I won't distribute it. I don't want to. Again, I don't want to blow up their spot. But I'll send it to you. It's really funny.
That is so good.
It's such Command and Conquer energy.
Wait, the Kingsman, like the spy movies,
the Kingsman,
the Kingsman,
the prequel to the Kingsman, the one about them fighting Rasputin and stuff in the past.
Oh, huh. Yeah. No, I was talking about I was talking about. Well, the first one ends with like a joke about a woman promising a dude anal sex if he does something.
Yeah, because he's such a good spy that she'll even let him do her in the butt.
Yeah, and then the second movie pays off on it.
That weird conception of sex where they're just levels. Like I would like a level 3 sex, please.
Oh gosh. But, sorry, I was trying to process a joke that wasn't going to be gross, but I couldn't, saying like, oh, you getting to 5th base or whatever. But then I thought like, oh, golf courses, they often call their bar the 19th hole. So I was going to, sex acts as being the base, and then golf, and then calling anal the 20th hole.
Okay.
So yeah,
I if you just said, oh, anal, the 20th hole, I 100% would not have any idea what you were getting at and why you said it.
Yeah, so that's why
it's not that it would have been gross. I just want to clarify, like, nothing to do with it being gross.
Yeah, no, it's too many steps, which is why I didn't take the leap. Instead, I made the joke about walking up to it. So
yeah.
So there we are.
I would have been very confused by that and might have had to take you to school about the number of holes.
Pores count.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You haven't lived until you pore fucked.
Oh man. No, but just for the wackiness, I didn't play an awful lot of this game, but I did fire up the tutorial, and I love that they just have like the units sitting there and like animating as they talk to you. So like it's a little tank, like just turning its little turret or whatever as it speaks. And just like it gives you all the tutorial. It's real good. No, it's actually voice acted. It's not doing like the
But no, I'm imagining the tank just bumping it's very funny. This is making me think of like Pixar's tanks. Is there a tank in Cars?
I don't know. Never seen any of those movies.
I know there's a military jeep.
There is.
It's the PTSD story is really dark in that movie. Like the military Jeep turning itself on and locking itself in a garage.
Oh, sorry, you made me laugh so hard that I kind of got lightheaded. That's grim.
Like putting like running a tube from its butt to its face.
Oh man, just hot boxing. Yeah. There is nothing about the movie Cars is funny except everything about the movie Cars.
Oh, it's very funny.
Yeah.
It's real weird.
Yeah.
I was as a grump, I was really happy that people didn't like those movies.
Oh yeah.
It was like the first time they got critically like panned.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Cars 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh yeah, Pixar's not so great.
Yeah.
Like it gave me like fun little grumpy cules.
No, a commentator that I like, just, in talking about Pixar said something that I think is really, huge, generally, which is success hides problems,
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they were such darlings for so long, kind of like led to proper problems not being pointed out as they were slipping, and it was too late to address anything by the time it started showing up.
Yeah. Yeah. Never tell anybody that they're perfect or a genius, like ever.
Nope. It makes monsters.
You'll ruin them.
Yeah. There are two ways that villains are made, either in family court, or by being told that they're geniuses.
Yeah. Tell somebody they're good or bad. It'll fuck them up.
Yep. Well, I think we're at time, Gary.
Oh. Yeah, it's been a fun little Command and Conquer.
It has.
Yeah. We should do a command. I mean, we've been very strategy heavy recently. Like we should wait a year and a half and then do a Command and Conquer game for WoF.
Agreed.
Like not now.
Nope.
But yeah, in a year or two. I think it sounds real fun. They're cute.
Agreed.
Thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you. Thank you, Abe. Mm-hmm. We especially appreciate you. Anything else?
No, nothing I can think of. People can go to patreon.com patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. There we go. And they can kick us a couple of bucks. At $5, you get bonus episodes of this show, and you also get bonus. You get the full premium version of Watch Out for Fireballs. Those premium episodes that come out once a month. You get Unfilmable, which is our show about horror movies, and you get Bonfireside Chat, which is going to be roaring back with Elden Ring here.
It hasn't really gone anywhere, but it's going to be roaring more.
Yes. I presume there will be monsters that roar in Elden Ring. Yeah.
You know what sucks about that?
What?
Is YouTube has decided if I watch YouTube on my TV,
okay,
it shows me, I don't have ad blocker, so it shows me Elden Ring ads.
Ugh.
And I've been trying to be on row blackout, and sometimes they allow me to skip them, sometimes they don't. So I'm in this ridiculous situation where I look at how long the trailer is, mute it, and then go stand in my bathroom for 30 seconds to not see Elden Ring stuff.
You're dedicated. No, it's ridiculous that it's necessary, but I appreciate it. But I appreciate
advertising should all die.
I appreciate your commitment. Yeah.
I'm very committed.
Yeah.
What should they do until next time, Cole?
Well, Gary, until next time, watch out for capitalists in space.